Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome you all in today's second session of Faculty Development Program, sponsored by AICT under Atal Scheme and organized by Department of Mechanical Engineering, Christian College of Engineering and Technology, Bhilai. Today's invited speaker for this session is Dr. Anil Kumar Birru sir from NIT Manipur, who has already joined with us. Welcome you, sir.
Yeah,
It's our honor and privilege to have Dr. Anil Kumar Birru with us, who will deliver a talk on lean manufacturing. Sir has already taken a session yesterday on total productive management. So now, without taking much time, I would request to Dr. Anil Kumar Birru sir to continue the session. Please, sir.
yeah, Good morning, everyone. Yesterday there was a problem in the voice in my laptop. So today my technical officer and now PhD scholar Satrajit has accommodated all the things. I'm thankful to him also. So here, what I would like to say that the lean manufacturing. Already the coordinator said that some of the professors they already shared about the concept of the lean manufacturing. So here I would like to interact more. Please, I think 49 participants they are there. So I request all of you please be an active and we will conduct an interactive session for all of you. So much not taking much time, I will be going fast. The lean has been defined in many ways. Ultimately, what is objective is to improve the customer value, to improve the customer value. A systematic approach to identify and to eliminate the non-valid activities to the continuous improvement by following pull method or push method. So what happens whenever you take any example, if you take any example in the concept of scenario, so there will be a value added items and non-value added items are there. So what I would like to say is that we have to categorize the things, value added items and non-value added activities items. So then we will be knowing that in which way we will be progressing for the productivity. So now I would like to say the history of the lean manufacturing. It's started 1850s and now 200s. Still it is going on. See, I would like to say one of the important thing. Lean manufacturing, it is not subjected to the particular year and subjected to the ending of the particular year. So it is a process of the improvement. Suppose in the agile atmosphere, as the computers are increasing and respectively the customers also their desires also been varying with respect to their age, with respect to their area, with respect to their background. So these all things are there. Once all this mechanism is there, so the process of changing the mindset is obvious. So ultimately, the process of mindset is changing to obvious. The lean manufacturing, the lean phenomena, the lean processing also will be changing. So in the hierarchy in 1850s, they have given the Whitney, and he has given some interchangeable parts where he has focused on attention on the tolerances and development. And then Taylor, Frederick W. Taylor, he has made attempt, and the Gilbert. All we know that Gilbert the Terbulitz, he has made the Terbics as the industrial Indian persons, and then Fraud, and then Singo, and then still it is going on. So ultimately, what happens? It's a stagnated to some years at 1950 to 200. What happens? The Toyota company, the Toyotas has been taken a lead over it, and they successfully implemented in the particular place, and then with respectively they have increased the productivity of a company. So here I would like to say the James, Joachim, and Daniel and Rose Jones, they are made that they very clearly they said that the change in the world, okay, the story of the lean production, starting with the Toyota's company to the global new industrial revolution he had made. So lean manufacturing, I would like to say focusedly, please listen. The lean manufacturing is for holding very stock level and it just in time. So the stock levels should be a minimum, a optimum range we have to keep. The optimum range we have to keep the stock level so that we cannot incur our expenditure on the inventory. We cannot incur our expenditure on procurement things. So the low stock level that you have to maintain the things in a systematic manner. So holding very low stock levels at just in time I required. The Japanese people just in time. The Japanese are were the Taguchi. When we see the Taguchi, when we see the very respective things, we see the Japanese has been taken very. Yesterday also I told that Japanese has been implemented the quality function deployment also. So what happened? The Toyota production system developed the Techno, Sigo, Singo, and LG Toyotas between 1940s, 48, where our India got the independence year after that, and from 1975, maybe 3 decades it runs, and it has been major prosecuted for the more generic for the lean manufacturing. So these are the where the people has been focusing the things in a right manner to do things in a right direction to get the optimum result with minimum stipulation of time, with good productivity, and with customized features. The scenario it's been like that of the human mindset. And coming back to here, I will go for the example of the paper also. So this mass production, we can see the just-in-time flexibility and mass customization and agile and rapid. So these are all things there. So in these things, I want to ask the participants. So please, participants, I request you to interact because yesterday I could not able to interact with you because of my system problem. So somehow I managed it. So today, can you tell any one of you what is the meaning of agile or agility, agile manufacturing, whatever it may be? Can any one of you can because if I pick the name, it may not be good now. So please, can anybody can tell the agile meaning of the agile? Hello, agile, because you are also teacher, because teachers one a good habit it should be there, a teachability ought to be, should be there, because we have to learn from the students also, and now we are more than that, you are faculties, most of them you are faculties, so I can also share gain the knowledge from you. So what is your thoughts on the agile manufacturing, agile or agile manufacturing, please? Something Sudha is
So
can
agile
anybody tell the
manufacturing,
agile
agile manufacturing refers to a process where the company develops a system wherein they are able to incorporate the changes customers' requirements as fast as possible. From gathering requirements till the delivery, trying to do it as fast as possible.
Yeah. You came to right direction. Thanks for you. So can you tell? Not you. Can any other Velu or Viputs G or any and Vinit G, anybody? Can you tell an example of a Reynolds company? Why the Reynolds company 045? The Reynolds company 045 is there when I was studying my BTech. So when you see that now the different companies are coming, why? What may be the reason that Reynolds company Reynolds 045 is? I have one, but so I not able. So why? What might be the reasons? So depreciation of that pen. Reynolds 045. Now we are unable to see that Reynolds 045, the model. What might be the reasons that could not able to get up the things? Can you tell? Because now and today I want to tell regarding the SWOT analysis also. Can you tell why that? Okay, so not with wasting much time. So I would like to say, that the Renault 045 company is there, and the people, they have been, what it is their things is that now the people are very clear that they are going for the aesthetics. So when you go for the Renault 045, there is an absence of this strip, some rubber type strips are there. It's just like a blue things it is there and white colors there. Only because white color and blue things and blue cap is there. And look wise, okay, people can accept to some extent, okay, it's good once it is running. But the people, what they are telling, still they required the the aesthetics, how they hold the pen, how they hold the pen. Initially, it was a simple straight. It is there. So now I have a nib here. I can take out this nib, and I can make the things strip it like this. I can hold, and some straights also there will happen. And this the porous structures, when you see the porous structures also there, it will sustain for some time. So what happens? What I would like to say in this platform. So because at that generation 045, around 045, it went, went to a pinnacle. They went to pinnacle. The ads, we are allowed to see that ads, and we love to see that, love to use that pen, and with minimum price. Still, but the people have been changing the things. So that is the agility where you have to go for the things that you have to look onto the matter. So there's 5S. There's a 5S is there in the lean manufacturing: sorting and straightening and shine and standardize, and ultimately to sustain. Suppose if you make a product, if you made a if you make a product, suppose this sanitizer is there. If the sanitizer composition, if I have carefully, if I have been working for this, if I want to get the required percentage of alcohol in this, and the required proportion of the smell like that, it is there, I will not use that. If I use much alcohol also, it may be taking my skin problem. So these all things are there where you have to make the product in a sustainability. You have to sustain the things, and long lasting. It's nothing but a long lasting. It should go for the long lasting. So, and further you have to start out, and we have to straighten, and we have to shine, and we have to standardize the things, and we have to go for this fire systems are there. So work organization. So I can see that the dustbin, we can see the things, and we can see the cleaning one, we can see one paint, we can see the water, we can see the cleaner, we can see the a safety, clean, neat arrangement of the workplace is very much required for doing the things. So so here when we see the things, safe and clean and neat arrangements of the workplace, which provides a specific location for everything and eliminates anything which are not required. So one of the important thing is that I already conveyed you very clearly that we have to eliminate the non-value added activities, non-value items, whatever it may be, which will not give value to the things. There is a screening should be there. That screening we have to focus in the FIS organization system. So we can see here, we can clean the things, and we can see the brush, how it's clean the floor, and you can see the thing, how the statistics again make, how you can see the dustbin, So these are all things are there in the industrial. Uh, so audio is fine. Hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Please cooperate with me. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So when we see the things, uh, the 5 S are there: sort and set it in order, and sweep and standardize and sustain. So we have to sort out the things in a right manner, and we have to establish the quarantine. Which quarantine means we are very familiar with this word now, quarantine. So quarantine means we have been making one place an isolation where we are in a particular safest place. Suppose if you are in quarantine means what? The safest place where the now the in the COVID period, the quarantine is the safest place if the person is been to sustain the things. So even when home quarantine means we are been isolating ourselves to retain our life. To retain our life, we are been if it is repeating. So we have to sort out things and we have to set it in order and the best location. We have to make the a place everything is in everything in its place. So what happens very clearly, the industrial engineering persons, the your coordinator also, yesterday I was talking with him. So he worked with the engineering systems for the education of the engineering people, where he can sort out the phenomena, where they can sort out the performance and everything. So if the students are being particularly placed at the particular level or not, if there is any deficiency, what happens if there is any deficiency, and now what are the strategies that he has to make the things. So if it is placed in a particular place, and we will be knowing that okay, it is right place or not. Then again we will be reshuffling if it is required. So sweeping and cleaning everything inside and outside, and it should be it should not be junk like this. It should not be accommodating the many places and everything. So and we have to standardize the things. Actually, I would like to say, I would like to share one example also with you if the time permits. So with the Google it out, and can you we have to standardize the things, and also we have to sustain and we have to adhere the things for communicating the self-discipline and the rewards. We have to make the things. So will not take much time. So when you see this slide, so you may be seeing the circle and a triangle inside it. So here, what it's a organization which is there here. So the profits it is getting, its profits is going increasing. It is there here and it is there. It's day by day. What happens? You should go for the increment of the profits. So this Toyota, which is there here, it has the transportation, storage, waiting and motions and process. You can see the defects and overproduction. So these are the where we have to focus on the particular things. So yeah, the lean overview. There's a value stream mapping is there. This value stream mapping is there. So value analysis, always we have to keep the value analysis, and we have to make the things in a lots, the full system and talking time and packing, and we have to make the error proof. And now what happens? We have to increase the productivity and withdrawal buffers and visible controls and reduce the lead time. So what is the lead time? Can anybody can tell what is the lead time? Can anybody tell the what is the lead time?
Sir, lead time is the time taken when we place the order beforehand. That suppose we want some raw material, and we know we want it will take 2 weeks. We'll order 2 weeks prior.
The time gap, the gap between the two, I mean, the
Yeah,
time we
yeah.
place the order and the time we receive the order.
Truly.
It is the time gap between the ordering of something and place. That means placing the order and then getting the delivery of the order. the time gap is lead time.
Yeah, sure, madam. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, you are right. Absolutely right. So, just I want to, I will come back to you. Then, please. I would like to share in my other system also I opened so that I can share one research paper. What your coordinator is telling that uh, uh, that sir my faculty is already familiar with the things what have happened yesterday. So today I would like to share one paper also with you with another system. So I will come back to you that. So here what I would like to say that so this time mapping is very much important. So hello, yeah. Sir, can you give permission to the other system also? Coordinator, sir.
Hello, sir. Yeah.
Can you give the can you permission to the other system also?
I have made both the systems are organizer as organizer, so you can. But you have to stop. I think you have to stop first this slide, then you can share other. I think.
Okay, so I have to start this. How I should start sharing?
Sir, you are trying to share your paper, sir.
No. I want to share one paper with you with other system.
Actually, sir, if both the system are they are close to each other, then there will be some problem, sir. Noise problem.
Okay.
So it will be better to use only one system and share from the same system, sir. Otherwise, it will make disturbance.
Okay. I'll try to contact. Okay, I'll try to work on it. So, we'll come back uh, the paper you can
Sir, please
paper
log out
also.
from other system, sir. There is humming and echo.
Who is coming? Huh? Correct. Yeah, I close, sir. I close.
Yeah, sir. Now voice is clear, sir.
Now it's okay, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Audible.
So here in the research paper, when you see the research paper here, so here the digital lean manufacturing with the education system for the lean transformation. So there are several success stories when we see that to reduce the cost and to achieve the quality and in the competitive environment. So now we all know that very clear that we have been working for the outcome-based education. The outcome-based education is very much important nowadays. Nowadays, without outcome-based education, it is very difficult to survive in this industry 4.0 scenario. So what happens? For that, the strategy that we have to so that these things are there. The faculty should so here when you see this faculty management server on side, management technology, the operation technology, and this should be a where you can knowledge acquisition aiming to type cost engineers. The point of this HRD is that we have to make the lean manufacturing and total productive management and total quality control. And now other side, what they are doing for the automation techniques, robotics, and Internet of Things, and there's a CPS things are there, customized processing things are required, and digital lean manufacturing. The lean factory is always thinking for the digital engineering and motivating the associate teams. So it's a deep thinking and awareness of the lean is visualizing the engineering tools in a consecutive skills and focusing them using the digital manufacturing scenario. So this thing you can see here, you can see the company when we see the company, the conventional company and the lean manufacturing. So yeah, can anybody can tell me in this by seeing the advantage of the lean automation? Uh, 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 can anybody can differentiate? Can you see the slide? Hope so. So this slide when we see that is the conventional automation systems are there one side, and one is the lean automation systems are there. So once it is there, the space wise you have to see, the system price we have to see, and lead time. Already, Madam has said that the lead time should be minimum. The inventory we have to see the energy, that how much energy that we have been giving, maybe in terms of the human energy, then in terms of the power energy, where you can whatever the energy may be there, the skill set developments, what are the new technologies that you have been adopting that you have to see. So ultimately, what I would like to say is that or it's really that we have been emphasizing that or not that we have to see. So here when we see the space wise is so big that we can see here the space wise is very small and the lead time is shorter where we can reach the product and inventory also very much important in this case because inventory control is very important that we have to maintain the optimum level of the inventory to get the things to be done. So in the inventory, there is a some different systems are there. What is ABC analysis? Can anybody tell that what is ABC analysis? ABC analysis.
It is a classification of inventory on the basis of annual. So we categorize on the basis of
Yeah, madam.
within a system.
Okay. Can you give an example? Suppose if I am using the different materials. Suppose if I am giving the different materials, say aluminium, and next copper, next iron. So I am giving a three materials. One is aluminium, one is second one is copper, and third one is iron. If I am giving three materials, aluminum, copper, and iron. If I am giving three materials, can you categorize the ABC analysis? Which one is the A, which one is the B, and which one is
Sir, it all depend upon how much consumption we do for these different category, aluminum, copper, and the iron that you have shared. We are going to categorize these inventory on ABC classification. So it's nothing to do with the number of units that we are purchasing. It is based upon the quantity purchase and the annual usage value. We classify the inventory,
Yeah,
and
you are
then
right.
how that's
So
how we
yeah,
categorize.
So, madam, your name, please.
My name is Dr. Kajal Maheshwari from SB Patil Institute of Management, Pune.
Yeah, you are right, madam. So, madam, that the things that you can see that this its consumption is there. So the consumption and also we have to focus on the investment. Suppose if the investment of the aluminum is okay, ultimately the consumption is there. So suppose if I am using the consumption of iron is more, and it's a consumption of copper is aluminum, next level is aluminum is quite medium, and the copper is little medium, little less than the aluminum. So what happened is the cost, the investment cost that you are being incurring. So and respectively, what are the attentions that you are being keeping? That will be giving an idea with the lean manufacturing. So in which way? In which way means in the when we categorize the things, because it is very research point of view. The research point of view. We have to think that. So as when we categorize the things in a cost wise as well as consumption wise, and how much you are being giving, the lean will give the detailed description. So in the digital manufacturing, what happens in the manufacturing system of cycle? Can anybody has given the things of ERP, enterprise resource planning? ERP, enterprise resource planning. Yeah. So okay, I will tell you. So ERP is one of the important things. What I would like to say that. So this suppose in a company that you have been manufacturing. Suppose I want to just come back to your question, your origin of it. How in which way the lean is useful for us? Suppose in a company that because I visited a few companies just before this lockdown, so I'm working with one few companies for giving their giving their improvement in the technologically, how we can improve the productivity. So in the Hyderabad. So what I would like to say is that there is a ERP is there. There is an entrepreneur's resource planning. So this entrepreneur resource planning is where we have the different modules. Where the marketing module will be there, the finance module will be there, and production module will be there, and some other modules will be there. I'm talking about this three for the requirement of my example. So this marketing, finance, and production. Suppose the customer need, because in which way the we have to take the pulse of the agility of the customer. In which way they are being thinking. So the marketing segment, the marketing segment, they will take the data, and then they will come back to the finance section, and then they will tell that, okay, is the capital, is we have that much of capital we can invest or not to reach to the particular customer, and respectively we have to see the computer, and then we can go for the production. So what I would like to say is that in the lean will take its step, its foot, its palm foot, is that it will give the actual production part, is the working environment. Can I make a, a working environment with respect to the customer or not? With respect to the customer or not? So in which way? So what are the constraints which we have to identify what are the constraints with the 5S category things are there. It's very people will think that very less things are there. So and these lean ideas will give what are the value added and not value added, and what are the further improvements are needed. And the lean, when you see in this example, just I was taking the example and showing, is there any lean automation is possible as an improvement is a lean is there, clubbing with all the things in the smart way we have to do. And this production part, I will make the shop floor such a useful that I can make the things requirement as per the market segment based upon the agility of the mind of the customer. So these are the place where we can make the footprint of the lean. So the lean ideas. So if because the time is very less now, time is 12:30 is running up. So I have only a couple of minutes of that. So what I would like to say that these how we are been utilizing the things, and is there any improvement for the performance or not, and we have to, is there any configuration, is there any configuration, how to go for this new version of configuration, I should go for it. And is the any waste, Mr. Muda, MUDA means waste in the Japanese word. So less way of waste I can focus on now. So the things are there. So there's a bill of materials and parts we have to make, and the value stream mapping. We have to see the value stream mapping are important, and the basic data or product process we can do. So so these are the things are there where we can make our make the system in a systematic manner. So there is a simulation is there, and is I can the plant simulation and machine simulation, the line simulation, is the layout simulation which are there. These are the key areas where integrated digital lean manufacturing are important for this scenario. So when you see this figure, so when you see the particular exercise for the Lenco car assembly, there here you see how the wheels for tables have been assembled in the workstation, and how they are been assembling, and is there how the line improvements are there, and semi-automatic automation are there. So these are the step by step where we can go for the things we can see for it. So layout of the wheel table supporting for active collaboration purpose. So here the lean also will tell that how, suppose if you are being in a group discussion. So in which way we have to sit where eye to eye contact will be there. What are the right directions it can focus the things or not. So now I am focusing with you in a way that I can see my all my face and my movement of the things, my hands, so that I can reciprocate to you in a systematic manner. So these are the things that we can see or read. So these are the examples that we can see that in the confident. So digital lean manufacturing, the digital lean manufacturing is engineering course offered, and here the with the Lego car assembly we have taken the different setup of things with there. I will share the slides. So this paper also. So these are things that we have to focus for the uh, value of the to get the value added things. So again, I would like to go back to my slides here. So production planning, I'd like to say the production planning slide. can see the production planning systems. We can see the input systems are there, the output systems are there. So what I would like to say is that this production plan and master plan schedule and master material requirement plan, these are the important things where you have to plan, because always you have to invest a productive time for the planning. Suppose if the planning is not well, if the planning is not well defined, ultimately once if you execute, when it is there, many hurdles will come in the execution level. Very level will come the level of execution level really there. So I would like to say because there is another system, my software is there, so the system is there. So in their advanced techniques now, data science is coming, the data science, and now neurophysics in the AI part, where about when you see it, different tools and techniques are there. So where we can predict the actual working conditions and we can do the things. So we will do market survey, and we will do market survey, and based upon that, okay, if I need the things. So is the customer is ready to accept the things. So the things are there. So just I want like to say one example. खड़वा रहता है, this both but it's true. So a company, it's because it's when I was studying my MTech from GSITS college, Indore, one professor Garg, so he said that one important thing. So he said that, so he made some pins. He made the pins. When you see the pins, here, the pins here. So one private company, they started the manufacturing of the pins, like this pins, to keep. At the time there is no staplers. At the time there is only the pins where we can just where we can put like this, and in the we can put like this, and we can staple the papers. To staple the papers. So what happened? A company started, and they have taken the market segment, everything they have made it, and they made very fine. They made it. Ultimately, what happened? It's very khadba hota hai. Ultimately, what happened? The company earlier, whatever the company is manufacturing, they have given a 1 year free supply to all the government organizations, because at that time there is only the government organizations there. When 30 years back, the story is there, but still we have to recap the things, and we have to learn from the history. So they have given a free, not less price. They have given free. So what happened? The company which was planned, they what manufacturing can complete depreciation, because they are very familiar with taking up that company. Newly, if you launch the things, and if you try to sell the things with less price, ultimately it will not be there. People people will come down to a state. People will come down to a state and make a foundation on it. People will come down a state. In that they will make a already foundation is there, and they will dig down their house, and again they will make a construction, and that is more firm than the newly constructed house, because already foundation and plus houses there and what that you are making. So always you have to make in a lean manufacturing principle. It's one of the important key principle in this platform. I don't know whether in future when I may interact with you or not, I don't know. But what happened, I would like to say that we have your pre-creation should be there. So that you should able to understand the things. I have to plan the things. I have to make the master production schedule, and we have to make the material requirements based upon the business plan we have to make, and then we have to go for it. What happened now? What happens? Because now the global village, will say the global village, because of the internet, I need not to come to Raipur to your college. I need not to meet you physically, but I can express my feelings by staying in Imphal in Manipur. So what I would like to say is that my friends, so always in the when we are making the strategy in the lean manufacturing, you should have a proper plan. That is why the lean tools, that's why the lean tools will clearly direct you to sort out the things, clearly doubt the things, to settle the things, to systematically organize the things. So then ultimately it will direct to sustain you. So the three tools are there. When we apply, and also one of the important, now my PhD scholar is there, she's working. So we have been executing some rules, fuzzy logic rules we have been implementing. So we are just implementing the neurofuzzy. Neurofuzzy everybody know that is doing. What I would like to say that we have taken the example of our paper is there, but I could not tell because it was not published. So I could not able to draw your attention there. So what happens based upon our constraints, based upon our merits, based upon our things, how the things are there, we are making the rules, and we are making the rules. Is that rules we are making? That rules once we go for the any person who is operating with the same machine with the say with particular near to that of material, that rules is applicable. So that rules he can make it as a benchmark, and he can go for further ahead. That is the one of the key function, one of the key function and key factor that you have to categorize the things in a right way. So what happened in this platform, I would like to say that you have to go for the proper planning. At the end of the day, you have to run the show. And these things I would like to show already. I don't want to take much. So Taiwan operation is there. The Taiwan's is the Japanese things are there. They will go for the systematic putting station 1, station 2, station I plus 1 station, and N plus 1. So the stations are there. If it is stations are there like this, so everywhere it is going like this. So suppose if I organize, if you go for the downwards, if I go for the downwards, what happens? I am making a, a round way. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and whatever the things that I am giving this P, K, and W, I am using only the 2. We are using only the 2 for the all the particular scenarios. So that way we have to is there any module to make the things for the adjustment of the stations. So is there any adjustment I can do where I can accommodate many people, and respect to the space size I can accommodate, where I can sustain space and the lighting. These all things that the Kaiban operation. So you have to think in the Kaiban operation point. So here we can see the current map of the case study. So here I would like to say this case study. Just I want to discuss with you the case study because uh, so when we see this people it is going, this person is going on, it is coming on, movement is going on like this. So when you do the case study in the company, there is having a machine 1, machine 2, there is assembly section is there, the washer is there. So these are the company which is there. So uh, can you suggest in this case study example, what is the strengths, what is the weaknesses, what is the opportunities, and what is the threats? This SWOT analysis there. What is the strengths? When you see the case study here, uh, what are the strengths in it, what are the weaknesses in it, what is the opportunities where we can do, what are the threats? There is SWOT analysis. Can you tell the some strength points in these things in this case study? Can you tell one strengths here? Can you observe the Can you observe this questions? Yeah. So anyone? Okay. I'll tell that very simple. That the stance is there is that when you see this when you see this example, because yesterday I was thinking to share this example with you, and we can have a live interaction. But what is its strengths? So it has been forecasting. The forecasting things are there here, and also it is coming back. The weekly forecasting, and he is taking from the supply things are there, and for assembly section it is been version control is there. It is one of the things where we can make the data, where we can forecast the things, the future predictions we can take with from the both assembly section as well as supply section. So then what happens in the is there, and machinings are there, they are going for the particular machinings are there. What are the weaknesses? First, what are the opportunities are there? Yes. What are the still opportunities are there? So what are threats are there? Can you come? Yeah. So when you see the points of strength, what are the weakness is that? Weakness is that they are not taking the data of finance part. They are not taking the data of the finance part. They are taking from the assembly section, and they are taking from the supply section. They are the from the weaknesses. They are not taking the finance part. I told you that the finance part is the important part where you have to focus that how much expenditure I can include. I showed that example of that pin. So if they won't take the finance data, even what happened, the government company of that time they have given 1 year, and still the other company which has been manufactured and it should sustain, but every year they will not give, right? Every year they will not give, but they will make the other to make down, and then they will go on getting the reputation of it. And even that time also to sustain, you should have finance to sustain even the losses time. Here the case study that the current site tab, as per my observation is concerned, the finance part they are not taking. So we can make the hash spot, and you can make the hash spot, and you can make the finance data as your opportunities that we can put. So these are the one of the weaknesses is there. So strength, weaknesses, opportunities. What are the still opportunities are there? So what are the opportunities are there? So there the opportunities are there here, where we can see that what are the opportunities are there. The movement of the 6 days, 80 seconds, just taking 80 seconds, 5.7 days, because it is not in a month, because the time slot, the time scale is 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 very less, because the movement of the raw material, the movement of the machines, it is been is there. Then the opportunity to make the flexibility to change. That may be the strength. We can see the time scale. So what are the threats? What are the threats? Threats. Okay. So they have not focused the fire extinguishers, because if any failure comes, any fire accident comes, there is no fire extinguishers are being not taken into consideration. So there is a fire extinguishers are there where you have to keep the threats. And one more thing, if they have not directed clearly that if suppose any machine breakdown is there, the machine breakdown is there, this machine is breakdown, and the other machine is there here. If the two machines is, if the machine is breakdown, is the other machine is working. So the possibilities, the possibilities of the alternatives, the machines have been not there. So that may be the threats. So these are the way that you have to understand any case study. Whenever you take any case study in the lean manufacturing, what happened, what you have to do is that the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So these are the things that you have to take care of the things in a very delightful manner and delightful way, where you can do the things. So I would like to make, so still I have only when I was observing these things. So when I was thinking that yesterday coordinator has clearly, sir, they are already have the lean manufacturing idea. So please you brush up them a little bit higher level. So I really feared for it. Really, I'm really justified justifying or not. Really, I made myself because of the constraints here. The things still I made the things. So I want to make this. Please apply this SWOT analysis in your things. So, so when you see the what are the feature administration parts. So here when you see that, so when you see here, so you can see that. So here for a forecast weekly, you see forecast daily it is there doing. So daily they are moving. So and now they have made the machine one and machine two is there it is there. And the time starts is there you can do here they have adjusted the things over the movement of the things they have made. So so Kaizen necessary for the future actions that he has made. These are the Kaizen necessary future actions he has made, and the withdrawal of Kanban. So we have made a withdrawal of the Kanban. And production injection Kanban they have made. Production in Kanban they have made. So like this, there is the developments in this stack we can see. So there's the these are the parts schedule. These are the parts schedule. These are the scheduling we have to make in a right manner. So here the daily shipping costs are there, but this is the time supply. So so they merge the things. So you are faced with both the things you might be understanding. So more clearly. So here the lead time is there. Please listen. The lead time is there. 19.7 days. Please note down somewhere. The lead time is there. The lead time. When you see the lead time is 19.7 days. When you see here and value added things. When you see that 285 days. 285 seconds. 285 seconds. When you see these things, the lead time. So here when we see the lead time, it is only 5.2 days, and they have value added 331. They have increased the value added items. So the lead time they have minimized the lead time. So earlier it was 19.7 days, means almost 20 days. 20 days. Now they made it to the 5 days. So means uh, one 3 times they have reduced the things. So always you have to think in a right manner. As a right way of thinking is your thinking in a lean direction or in a non-Kanban way direction. So that you have to think in a direction of the things that you have to measure the things from time to time. So what are the metals requirement planning is there is I think you know very effectively that we have to do, and we have to recognize the things when we are making the choosing of with that I already told that metal resource planning and enterprise resource planning. So metal resource planning is recognized as the engine to drive the integrated enterprise wide systems. So logistics. So what is the logistics that also you have to take care of things, and what are the fundamental internal materials are there to achieve the right approach you have to take, and to which choose Kanban. So Kanban works is a very reactive systems, and very little is planned ahead. So Kanban forms a replacement of the material totally reactive mode. Kanban works for the best high stability and predictive environment. So always you have to have a predictive environment. Suppose if the other person's means पहले बुरा को सोचो फिर बाद में अच्छा को सोचो. So first you think bad, and then you can feel good. So then you will be able to know what is the actual content. Where is not Kanban can quickly fail and highly. I think voice is not clear. So Kanban can quickly fail a highly volatile environment. So volatility in the customer demand and extension of changes for the product design. It makes very difficult for the Kanban system for the effective things to be done. So Kanban and MRP combination. So it is tides are over. Just within 5 minutes I will be completing. Kanban and MRP combinations, when we see the combine of these two systems, very unique things that you can see. Material resource planning, when we fix the Kanban, so the Toyota production in the 1948, the major lean manufacturing made a food pot. It's a combining of this Kanban and MRP combination. The objectives of the lean, the objections, what are the objections for the lean? Okay, so we have said much about the lean. So lean is good, lean implementation is good, and everything is good. So, but what are the objections of the lean? So it's very hard to deal with the raw material supply with the fully depending upon the customer order. So it takes too much of discipline. It talks takes too much of discipline. It talks about too much of discipline. It's like too long to implement because always I always tell that it gives so much of pitfalls. You have to pitfalls. And it's there. There is some objections in the lean where you have to focus. These we can minimize or not. My process is too complex and I have to deal with too many uncontrollable variables like late suppliers, shipments, and sick people, etc. So there are various environmental factors also will be there. Suppose in Manipur, if the company is located in Manipur, if it is raining, so the hills will be falling down. The hills will be landsliding will be there. At that time, the supplier it cannot come into on time. So most of the things I cannot bring by air. So what happens? So what happens? So these are all the constraints that we have to consider in the lead. My process requires large batch size. Suppose it is very precise, then again it does not make any sense in industry. So it's unclear to how to lead work with MRP systems, including production leveling and full production and Kanban and these things are there. So lean and green. So lean we have to piece. Piece is that enzyme is like green. So lean and green we have to. The environmental impact the environmental impacts which the production and the waste generation have made it way to every society to consume in a limited manner to have a footprints for the others to make the things others to put on the things. So green engineering is a systematic level of approach. It produces and processes where the environmental attributes. So environmental attributes are been taken into the considerations. So the lean manufacturing is a link for the green engineering. So popular population grows and waste increases and fossil fuels like the petrol, diesel, and everything are dismissing. There is nothing replacing with them, and consumers are becoming aware about the environment. So being a lean and a green is so important now to reduce the consumption of the nature resources and the CO2 concentration and the earth atmosphere. So lean, should always have a lean implementation of the levels because fossil fuels, the petrol and diesel and everything is being consumption and even the petrol diesel price is almost equal to the petrol price. So how we can sustain with the heavy vehicle systems? So key steps in transforming, and we have to establish and we have to train the things and we have to product quantity routing systems. We have to identify value systems and we have to value street and we have to establish the things work in progress. So that's the systems and these are the lean approaches we have to do and conduct 5 survey we have to do and establish the visual signals. We have to implement the visual signals and explore the alternative flow patterns. So always we have to see the alternative ways that we have to do and develop the block layout and develop a detailed layout we have to see, and execute the data we have to see, and what are the next level of leadership also we have to make. One of the important thing I would like to say is that always in the lean manufacturing, the next level of leadership we have to make. Next level of leadership, if you won't make in the next level of the leadership, and there is no other face to see them, other face to think about the frontline persons. So always we have to see the next level of things are there. So the same company, I told you an example, if the Renault company may look into the things, may think in the direction of the things, and still it has been modified in a many transformable way. So these are the next level of leadership, next level of generation thinking, and implementation. We have to think. That is why we have to always think that there is short-term goals and long-term goals. Short-term goals, we have to go for the short distance, as our palm will go to the particular steps, and we have to forecast the things in the long-term goals also to fulfill our vision and mission. So thank you all for being patient with me, and I'm very thankful to the Christian College of Engineering, Chhattisgarh, so for giving me an opportunity. So really, the coordinator hope I justify today's talk by giving some examples, some insights, very useful. So, and also I'm thanking to Satyajit, who has facilitated me the system. I'm very thankful to him. So because I have systems, but my system is not working, so it was very fine today. I made a lean in here today also. So making the things to work down in the unworking environment. So ultimately, the cooperation is required from the people end. So how we are dealing the things also important. Now I shared an example of the live example in the lean today. So by the way, can I answer any questions are there? I can answer the questions. Which I can, or else my mail ID is there with the professor, and you can ping me up anytime. So, and anybody who is interested to do PhD in Manipur, who has GATE qualified, they can apply. The GATE qualified candidates, they can apply here. How can we reduce tagline? How can
How can
so
we reduce time lag?
tagline? Hello?
Time lag,
How
sir.
we have to use tagline? Lead time? Yeah. Okay. Time flow. Yeah. Yeah. So always you have to understand very clearly that the unvalued activities, controllable unvalued activities, and I am coming to it very particular now. So what are the uncontrollable unvalued items are there? We have to focus on that first to minimize the flow. So, and second thing we have to think is that is an alternative system to make the work done. Suppose if my system is there, I'm running on software where it can run the software, but it is taking too much of time because it has RAM is less. So is there any external thing? Because without purchasing new one, if I externally upload the RAM, so it can sustain or not. That things you have to do because it is basically it's a function, it's an example you have to take for the particular system. So these are the generic terms that we have to look into the matter. But these are the few insights I can give. More I can do some research and I can share to you in my okay. Thank you, Ankit. Thank you for saying thank you to me. Yeah, please.
Yes, any query?
So
I think there are no more queries. So thank you, sir, for today's informative and nice session. I would
yeah,
also
yeah,
like to thank you for accepting our invitation to conduct this session, sir,
no,
and
no, no.
sparing your valuable
Pleasure, sir.
time.
Thank you.
And
Yeah, thank you so
and
much for you also. Really, it was very fruitful time to interact with you. So sorry that
thank you,
yesterday I
sir.
could not able to justify things, but I'll try to make you to interact the things with you, and please stay safe and be safe.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Also, I would like to thank all the participants for joining and listening the whole session with patience. So thank you all again. Thank you, sir.